I guarantee you there are very few people who are using proof of life questions. There are very few people who are using no oriented questions. And there are tons of people who are enamored with yes. And we'll talk about why that's problematic. Um, I often get asked, how did you get hostage takers to say yes to you? And the answer was, we never did. Yes is a useless word. It does you no good. It's one of the hurdles that you're going to have to navigate in order for you to improve the way you communicate between people. There's this nonsense out there called yes momentum. In academia, they call it mere agreement, which suggests that you're likely to get an agreement to a big ask if there have been micro agreements previous to the ask. Example, do you like clean water? Do you think people who abuse animals should be held to higher account? Do you think the women's national team should get paid as much as the men's national team? Buy my product. The yeses that precede the big ask, they say, doesn't even have to be related to the ask itself. Some people refer to it as the yesable proposition, or my favorite, the yes tie down. Think about that for a second. Someone is trying to use yes to tie you down, and you like that? Or the other side of the coin, you're using yes to tie someone else down, and you like that? Yes is commitment. Yes encroaches on autonomy. Yes makes people defensive. Their anxiety goes up. Um, People will cite studies where yesable propositions, mere agreement, yes momentum work. And I'm not here to say that it doesn't work. I'm just here to say if you're using it, your batting average is not as high as it should be. Yes is a lure, it's a hack, it's seductive. We know how good it sounds. And in that moment, we fail to recognize that we have put the other side on the defensive. So we got to get out of the habit. Think about it like this. How do you feel when the phone rings and the person on the other side, I don't care if they're close to you or not, they ask you, do you have a few minutes to talk? Most of you don't think to yourselves, oh my God, yes, I do have a few minutes. I'm glad you called. Four things usually run through your brain almost simultaneously. First, how long is a few minutes? Second, if I have a few minutes to talk, do I want to talk to you? Third, if I want to talk to you, do I want to talk about what you want to talk about? And fourth, how can I get off the phone? We have been hammered with yes. Yes, we know, we feel it instinctively when people are trying to drive us somewhere, when people are trying to commit us to something, and we resent it. We don't like committing to something that we haven't volunteered for. And so instead of a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, it's usually set up for a trap. We love to hear it so much, but in that instance, we should know that we're putting the other side on the defensive. So, how do you get out of the habit? Change your yes-oriented questions to no-oriented questions. This is the simplest way to get out of it. We make no work for us because we know that it protects their autonomy. When their autonomy is protected, they tend to open up. We use it to break impasse. We use it to get their attention, especially if they've ghosted you. You know, they've made an agreement with you tacitly that they're going to do X, and now 4 weeks has gone by. You've sent emails, you've left voicemails, and they're still not talking to you. No-oriented questions will help jumpstart the conversation. And it's also practical to help them clear their mind.